Bastards. I just could have been there. Fucking doesn't deserve this. Hey, Kermit. So, I saw my video, and apparently these guys were, I don't know, they're just, Mariah's, I'll tell her name, she's not, you don't know her, but Mariah, she was walking home, and these guys jumped her, and they, like I said, they raped her too, and the necklace I gave her, they took that away from her. I gave it to her like a concert, like a couple years ago, when she first came to Smash. I gave her a necklace, and they stole that from her. But besides that, on Christmas, her dad also died from he had a seizure and his heart implode, not implode, but I don't know, too much blood pumped into it, and it didn't explode, but it was expanded more than it should have. So he died because of that. But just what fucking happened to her? I don't know how people can be so low about that. I mean, Mariah's a good girl. I dated her, and she was the sweetest girl that I've known so far. She was very understanding too, and for somebody to do this to her, I just want to find the person to beat the shit out of them. Because for one, Mariah, she's younger than me, and it doesn't do anything. I just feel so bad for her. I mean, I calmed her down, which is good. But for people to be this low and do this, I just can't imagine why they would even do this. She told me it was because she told me there's multiple people who did this too. And if I could have been there for her, I would have I pushed them off. I even put myself in danger just to be there for her. I don't know if people can do this to somebody else. And the necklace I got for her, that was an expensive necklace too. And it just pisses me off to see people do this. If I did find these people, I wouldn't kill them, but I'd probably, I'd give them something to be scared about. Because, people are just sick at how they do this. I just don't like how they do that. She just texted me that she's awake, but I know that she's okay now, but just to go through that for her sake, I just don't know how she's okay with it so far. I mean, Mariah, she's a tough girl, I will not lie. She's she knows how to fight, so that's good. So, I just know that she's gonna be okay for right now. But I'm hoping if I see her tomorrow at school, I'm just gonna hug her, probably a long hug too, because I just so far Melina's gotten raped, my ex other Shine has raped, Zoe's gotten raped, and now she has. It's just how the fuck can people do this to other people? I mean, it's just so wrong, and I hate all of it. People are just so low and down to the ground, where they just gotta get under the ground, first of all. And me, myself, if I would have been there, I would have helped her. Like I said, I would have pushed him off of her, saved her at least. I would have put myself in harm's way just to protect her. Like I said before, Mariah, she's a good girl. She's never done anything wrong. She's a very good student too. But it just pisses me off to the point where I just want to break these people's legs. Like I said, I wouldn't kill them because, for one, I'm not that kind of person. I don't have that. I have that kind of mindset, but I don't act upon it. But I'm just glad that she's okay. Hello. Yeah, I would just explain to Kermit what happened. So apparently she was walking home, and like I said, oh, she's doing better. I calmed her down. As I was saying, she was walking home, and apparently these guys, like jumped her, like I said, and they raped her. But here's the thing that really pissed me off the most, is that when they stopped, they kept her pants off, and just left her there, and then they took the necklace I gave her a couple years ago. So like, what I want to do is, like, if I was there with her, I told Kermit all this. If I was there, I'd push those guys off of her and put myself in harm's way just to save Mariah. She's a good friend. She's like never done anything wrong in this world. Like just people that do that make me sick. Cause like, exactly. I don't know. People can have that kind of mindset just to do that. It's like, it just makes me mad so much. Because people who do that, I hope to God they find her. Thank you. It means a lot to me. And like I said, I'm making sure that she's okay right now. She's doing good. I've like calmed her down a lot. Exactly. And like, I had to talk to her for 2 hours just to get her, calm down. But Mariah knows me. It's okay. It makes me mad too. Another kill. And like, if I found a person, it was actually multiple people too. If I find the people who did this, not only would they be in jail, but they'd have a few broken bones in their body. Because people are just so low, in our time, people just get really pissy about everything. I just don't know what to do. I'm like, my only... I don't think so. I can ask her. She texted me not too long ago, but I don't know how to respond to her because she was just so devastated. Now she's all happy, and I just don't know how to respond. And I'm just so pissed right now. I don't show it on camera because I don't want to. She actually she contacted me not too long ago, a couple not a couple seconds, but a few moments after this. She got home. She on Facebook how you can wave at people to know you're there. But she did that, and then she started talking to me, and I said, "What's wrong?" And she's like, "I got jumped and raped," and I just don't know how people can do this. I don't know. Right as I heard that, my heart started racing. I wanted to punch something, but I didn't want to break anything in my house, which I have before. And I'm trying to get that under control. Because when I'm mad, I am mad. But I'm just glad that she's okay now. Sorry if I'm not talking as much. I'm just trying to process this. Because I keep saying, if I was there, I'd protect her most of all, because when Mariah was in my life, that was the most happiest moments of my life. And just to hear what happened to her just makes me very, very pissed. On your feet. And I just wish I could have been there so I could at least put myself in the way that happened. I'm glad that a lot of people who watch me are very understanding. My friend, I'll just say her name. My friend Tiffany, her dad's an alcoholic, and one night she texted me. She was very, very scared because her dad was throwing stuff around. They had a trailer back then, so he was throwing stuff around the trailer. and she like contacted me, and she says that she's very scared. So I don't know why. I just have like something like I don't know, something about me like calms like a lot of people down. I don't know if it's my voice or if it's just how I am. I don't know. Like, but apparently, Mariah's first choice was to come to me, and I'm glad she did. Cause like, she's one of my best friends. I don't think she knows, but she is because I just don't see why this had to happen to her. People can just be so disgusting. I'm like, whoa, I just hate it. I'm like, I have a punching bag over there. I'm like, I could probably just take my anger on that, but like without my gloves and the tape, I would probably just be ripping my skin off. But I'm just, I don't know. I'm just glad that I calmed her down and soothed her while I did before anything got out of hand. And here's the other. Yeah, see, just like me, like I don't know why. It's not really any guys. It's mostly girls who come to me because, like, I don't know. It's like something very soothing about me. Like I understand. I'm like, when they're near me, I'm very calm. But here's a sad thing: is that her father died. A couple days after. Well, not after. A couple days after Christmas, he died. Actually, he had a seizure, and then his heart imploded. Like like expanded really far, and then he got killed from that. And then her boyfriend now is like part of like some like secret society, I guess, where if you leave, they'll kill you. And I'm just glad that he has people. I'm just glad he has people, like who like protect him. Because like if it was up to me, I'd do the same thing. Like I protect him too. Anybody who's a friend of Mariah's is a friend of mine. Any of you guys, I'd protect any of you, to be honest. Like you guys are always like there for me when I sing or when I'm sad or stuff like that. Like any of you, I'm being fully serious. I'd protect any of you. I mean, like my birth family is a fighting family. Like like anybody who's in our family, we're just gonna protect. And I guess it's in my genes. But anyways, I would protect any of you guys out there. I'm just glad that I'm always here for her. You see, that's what my friend Ty does. He's like very lean to people, and his friend's in the army, and he actually witnessed his best friend get blown up by, I don't know if it was like a bombshell from a tank or just a grenade, but he witnessed his friend just get blown up right before his eyes. And Ty has his own share in all this. Because like Ty's seen a lot of his friends commit suicide or heard they commit suicide, and here's the worst part for him. When his friend's friend died, he had to personally go to his friend's house to tell their parents and his girlfriend that he died in the war or died in Afghanistan. So Ty's seen a lot of stuff. Like, yeah, I mean, Ty. I mean, if you make him mad, he'll be mad. And to be honest, he's like a couple months older than me, but I see him as a big brother. She really does. I mean, she's always like when I was sad, she'd like on the bus, she'd ride the bus with me just to make me happier. And when I was like angry, she'd wrap her arms around me and calm me down. She'd do anything she could just to see me like calm and like happy. That's like I will not lie, I still love Mariah, like friend point and like more than that, because like she's always there for me, which I love that about her. Like whenever she's like available, she'll text me. Just like she did a couple seconds ago. Yeah, I love friendships too, but if I found these people who did that, I'd show them something to be scared of. Because when I'm mad, I black out to the point where I start wrecking a lot of stuff. That's why I try to get my anger under control unless it's really needed. I'm just glad I got to her while I did. Yeah, I know I'm a good friend. A lot of people tell me they also tell me that I'm like very loving and caring, which I am. Cause like, okay, this is a story I tell a lot of people that when I was really young, I had a dog named Dioge. I know it's a dog, but it's Deogee. I had that dog, and when I was like very young, like a baby, I didn't get to do anything with him because babies don't know what to do. But apparently one day, yeah, exactly, because like I'd find them and I'd show them something to be scared of. But my dog, he died at a very young age. And here's the thing: I was a baby and I didn't know what was going on. And at one point, my parents told me later on, when I could actually talk and understand, they told me that Dioji got shot by some random guy who was hunting. And when I found that out, I'm like, yes, of course, I didn't know what to do because, I was like, my mind was still developing. But now thinking about that, I really want to find this guy and just beat the crap out of him. Because for one, he left Dioji there to die. He didn't really do anything. He just saw that he was dead and he just left him there. And two, this man has no soul because he just watched my dog die as he probably walked past it and say, oh shit, it's a dog, I better run so that I don't get any cops called on me. But from my point of view, if he would have told us and I was this age, I would have been like, well, at least you told us instead of fucking die in the woods where there's like nothing to take care of him. Cause like this man, I honestly just want to find him and beat the crap out of him because he left my very first dog there to die. Exactly, because like Stella, I won't lie, I'll discipline her if she like tears up like my like I think I told us a little bit. No. At one point I came home and this little one, she tore the whole entire trash out of my room. I don't know how she did, but she tore the trash everywhere. It was in my living room, my mom's room, the spare room, the yeah, you remember that, don't you? She got my trash. She wrecked my room, the spare room, my mom's room, the living room, the kitchen. She wrecked it everywhere. I don't know how this little one did it, but you did it, didn't you? But even though she can be a little butt, I still love her. Yeah, that's what we don't die. That's not even another dog. Another dog, like where your cheek is, where your I don't know, it's like underneath your eye, the cheek part. So when I was there, my dog, you know how they say never wake a sleeping dog. Well, me being an idiot, there's our little demons like you. But I had another dog named Honey. She came from a very bad family. We could tell that she's been abused a lot. And well, at one point they say never wake a sleeping dog, and I threw a ball. I went to go get it. She woke up, and I don't know how or what she did. She like full on like dragged your tooth across my cheek and ripped open my like eyelid. Not my eyelid. It was like the cheek underneath where my eye is. I don't know what to call that. The eye pouch, I guess. I don't know. She ripped it underneath there. Like I could feel like I don't know if she broke a bone in there, but it's like on my other side is like smooth, but this side is just kind of cracked. So she bit my cheek open, and then like, I think kind of broke a little bit of feel like my bone in there. But like she was a good dog too. Like she had a troubled past, and yeah, and even though she was like, even though she got put down, I just still wish that she could have been here, to see the life that she never got, because she was very, very skeptic of all dogs. You wanted to meet her, didn't you? I mean, like she was like kind of like Misha actually. Misha, she's like a dog that doesn't really like anything. Honey got put down. I mean, she was a nice dog, but she was more the unstable side because she like I said, she was a troubled dog. She like really had like a bad trauma past where to the point where if you just like if you walk next to her, she growl a lot at you, but yeah, they had to put her to sleep, and like I don't know how much longer Misha is gonna have. She has she's getting more tumors over and over, but I'm just really hoping that she lives out longer. Like I don't want it to the point where she can't walk, but I just kind of want it so she can still move around and have fun. Even at her old age, she's still rambunctious and she's still a little. To me, always be a little pup because she is smaller. She is smaller than Stella. Stella's a big dog, but Misha. She was the first dog that actually lived through my whole entire life so far, which is good. And so far, I hope Stella goes that too. Oh, actually, if you're counting all of them, I kind of did. There was Copper, Diogi, Bailey, Stella, Honey, Diogi. Who else was there? Otis, Louie. Oh yeah, this was my auntie's dog. Apparently, when I was younger, Louie died from cancer, which is I guess it gives you very bad it's kind of like a heat stroke, but except it kills. Louis was a little dog. He was also a mastiff, and those things are expensive. But I mean, I wish I would have seen Louis while I did, but they told me not to get next to him if I'm sick, so I didn't. But I see the pictures. He looked like a very calm dog. But Louis up there with Copper, Diogi, Honey, Bailey, and Sydney now. Just running around, having fun. I just wish I could have, seen Copper for a little longer because they didn't even tell me. I mean, they told me after the point where they put him down, which I just, even. I will be fully honest. If Copper was alive, he'd be the same age as me because he was born the same year. And Copper was absolutely my very first friend that came into my world because when I was sad, Copper would come next to me. If I was depressed, he'd always be there for me. And if there was anything else, let's say if I was crying, he'd come right next to me up. He'd come next to me up on the bed and lay down with me so I could sleep with him.
Stopping off, stand by.
I love your names.
MQ-27 Dragonfire ready for launch.
I mean, they didn't tell me Copper died after the fact when they put him down, which I really wanted to be there for him so I could at least hug him while he's going or hold his paw. So that's why I hope to God when my dogs die, that's why I hope when either Stella or Misha dies, whichever one dies, I hope Stella doesn't die. Yeah, Copper, if he was still alive, he'd be around my age, he'd be 18. But when Copper was alive, he was a very old dog. He was 12 or 14 when I died. Not when I died. Yeah, I'm just a ghost now. No, but when he died, he was at least 13 or 14, so he was a very old dog. But like I said, I wish I could have been there for Copper when he died because after the fact when they put him down, they told me Skylar, you sit down. I was yeah. Oh, by the way, that's my name, Skylar. I kind of slept, saying, no, now you know my name, but they're Skylar, can you sit down? I'm yeah, what happened? And they're Copper passed away, and I was I didn't know what to think. I didn't know what to think at the time, because, I just a day ago, Copper was running around being happy, and the next day they tell me that he passed. Alright. I'm pretty sure someone's gonna look back at this video and oh, that's his name! But after the fact they died, can you sit down? I'm sure, what's going on? And they're Copper died yesterday or today, and I was what? and they were saying like, yeah, Copper died, and I'm like, what do you mean he died? And they're like, they had to put him down. I'm like, why? And like they said because like he apparently my grandma saw that he was like very like energetic, like like his old self, but apparently they didn't give a crap. And Copper was probably just saying the last goodbye, and as soon as he seemed like all energetic, they just put him down. Like I don't really see why they should do that. Is because like if Copper wanted to say goodbye for like the one last time, they should have let him. It was like I said, they didn't tell me until after the fact when he died. I mean, he may have been still alive, but like when I'm thinking about this now, just like that they didn't tell me that he died, like I could have been there for him when he died. Like I'm honestly about to cry right now, because it's just like thinking of my birth mom. She gave me up. This is her words, not mine. That she was in no condition. I'm guessing you named him that. But when my mom gave me up, she said that she didn't like. She said that like when she gave me up, she was just so devastated about it. I mean, like, she said that she wanted a better a better life for me, because in her own like words, she said that her life was fucked up and I probably would have got abused. Like, if it was worth seeing my mom once again, like I would have, like, she's still alive. But if I would have, like, been there, just like, I don't know, like I said, I have a very calming, like, tone to my body, I guess. Like, I mean, people hug me, like, just, like, to calm down. I've noticed that with a lot of people. But my mom just thinking about it, like, what she had to go through of the papers, and as soon as she signed that, I was out of her life for, like, 17 years. She didn't speak to me. She couldn't speak to me. It was like by law. My sisters couldn't speak to me. My brother couldn't speak to me. My 15-year-old sister, who was pregnant. You have a lot of dogs. That's okay. Like, even Jasmine and Natasha confirmed it. If I would have been with my mom, I probably would have got abused too. But like, if I could have been there, at least give her a hug. Like, if I could have given her a hug at least, before I left, like as a baby, if I knew what a hug was. Well, I'm sorry to hear that, Kermit. But I mean, apparently, when they checked out Copper, is that he was bleeding out from his heart when they checked him out. You see, like, at least your dog lived to see, like, your dog had a good life. Because the OG didn't, Copper didn't, Honey didn't, Bailey and Sydney did, because...
Objective achieved. Good work.
Of course. Bulma was old compared to Dragon Ball. But Copper apparently was bleeding out of his heart like for a very long time. I'm just surprised that he stayed up through all of that. They didn't even say that he was whining through any of it. Like, as soon as he started moving around like a lot more, they were like, "Oh, let's put him down." But in my head, like, what if that was indicating that he was getting better? But then after they did that, he died. I mean, yeah, Copper, he's a strong dog. I mean, at one point, I don't know, somebody when I was living with my grandpa, somebody got really mad, and then Copper actually lunged at them and nipped at him. And then as soon as they did that, Copper looked back. He literally looked back at me, just making sure I was okay. But every single time I think of either Copper or Diogi, I just feel depressed. I mean, like, I just wish that they would have had a better life. I mean, Copper had a good life. He was like full of like joy. He was like very active. But yet, in the reality, he was bleeding out through his heart this whole entire time. That's why I just wish I could have been there. Trust me, I've been trying. My body doesn't like to cry. I'm like, I cry, but then when I want to, like, if I want to cry, my body won't let me technically because I don't know. It's like not in my nature, I guess. Like if I try to cry right now, I feel it coming up, but then as I'm about to cry, it goes back down. But if I think about something like very hard, I'll start crying. But I don't know. It's just my body's weird. Let's just put that. Voice crack away. I love going through puberty some more. I just wish that I could have been there, like I said, for Copper, at least to hold his paw or just be there in general. I mean, right now, I still see the indication that Mariah texted me, and me and her both discussed that we should see each other before she leaves, because, like, she said that there's way too much drama here, and that she's also moving. When Copper died, I was 7 years old, and that was the day when I moved out of my... That was the day when I actually moved out of my house. Well, that was the day I moved out of my grandpa's house, because we sold our old house. But, you know, I didn't really know how to... Yeah, it is a young age. And to think that my other dog died when I was, like, around... Well, just to think that my other dog died when I wasn't even 2 or 3. But, I mean, Copper, he wasn't even like 2 years old and he died. I mean, here's the beautiful thing about Copper, is that he was a Dalmatian, and you know how Dalmatians are really expensive, right? Yeah, Diogi was a Dalmatian. And for him to die at such a young age, it just put my heart, like thinking about it now. Like I said, when I want to cry, my body doesn't let me cry. My body, I don't know, my body has a moan mind of its own. Oh my god, he's just watching me like, oh my god, you suck. But if I could, like, you know, if I do die at a young age, like, I hope it does, but if I do, I want to really see Copper. Or DLG, like, another time. Because, like, you don't know what's going to happen in your life. You don't know if you're going to die young or... Alright. But, like, you don't know. Like, you don't know your death date. You don't know if you're going to die young, die old. Like, only time will basically tell if that'll happen. But, if I do die young... I just hope that somebody will take over my channel. Like, I don't think it was like more like anime style when Copper died. It was more like I wanted to like actually like jump off of something like extremely high just so I can see him again, because just Copper was a good dog. I mean, I won't lie, he was my first friend I've ever had in this world. I mean, like, when I was like very sad, he would always lay next to me, and when I was like very like depressed, he'd just be there for me. He'd know instantly when I was sad, and just to hear that he's bleeding out of his heart this whole entire time, and that he didn't, you know, really get any good chance of, like, survival through that, it just pisses me off.
We've lost control.
The guy just actually knifed me. He knifed me in the air. I just wish I could have seen Copper once again.
We've taken the advantage.
like I said before, you don't know when you're gonna die. Like you could die today, you could die tomorrow, you could die within a month, you could die within a year, you could die within 50 years, you could die within 20 years. You don't know. But I hope to God that if I do die young, that people like will remember me. I mean, obviously, if I keep up YouTube for that long, I'll get enough subscribers, obviously, and people remember me. But I don't want to be recognized for YouTube. I want to be recognized, just being a good person, and loving and caring. I just still wish that I could have been there when Copper died. My very young mind wasn't really sure what was going on in that moment. Because just one minute he was alive and the next minute he was out of my life. That's basically why I just don't understand still. Like one moment he's just jumping around being happy, and the next day they say they put him down. Like I said, to me that's an indication that his heart was getting better. Alright. I just don't see exactly why they had to... I just don't exactly see why they had to put him down, is because Copper was a good dog. He was just... in that moment, he was literally everything to me, because he was my very first dog, the very first dog that actually calmed me down. That's how I know calmness now, is because of him. Because Copper taught me that. And as you can tell, my voice isn't the same right now, because just thinking about all the things I've lost in my life, animal-wise and family-wise. What? Please do not turn on the lights either.
Can you take it, please?
You can go up. We're kind of in the middle here. Talking about Mariah.
Can she eat?
Yeah, go on. Watch out. Sorry, my mom came down. I don't like talking in front of my mom or my dad, because they're gonna be very skeptic about it. But Copper was a good dog. Mariah's a good person too. I mean, like I said, she was one of the most valuable people in my life. And now that I've heard about this, I just want to find the people who did this and absolutely beat them to the ground. As I was saying, my voice isn't the same right now. It's because I'm just I'm not really overthinking this. I'm just underthinking this right now. It's because I just don't understand this. I don't see how people can do this to another person. Like Jack said, he said in there as your friend got raped. How can people do this to another person? I agree with him. How can they do that to another person? I'm it's just so disturbing to think about. For one, they left their pants off and they did it, and then they have the dignity, to take the shit I gave her. And I honestly just want to find these people and just beat them to the ground. Mariah's always been there for me, even though we haven't talked in a few years. It's because, let's just say, some court stuff went along, but that was I don't know, 5 or 6 years ago. But I've changed a lot during that. And Mariah, she's changed as well. I'm just glad that she's talking to me again. She's back in my life. I'm every now and then I'll look at her Facebook just to see how she's doing. It's not a stalker. I just like to make sure she's okay. Not nothing's going wrong for her. She's very valuable to me, and I don't want to see or hear that this happened to her. I just absolutely hate people who do it to people. I know I keep saying it, but it's true. I just hate, hearing people do this, I'm just starting to hate people. And of course, I don't get the last kill, and he's going to. Or not.
Nice work. RTB for debrief.
I'll have to cut it in 20 minutes. I have school. Are you serious? Did he misfire that? Nope. I'll have to cut this loose at an hour. But I'm just glad that she came to me while she did, because who hell knows what she would have done. I mean, when she wasn't here, she said that because of her dad died, she went to a mental hospital. She tried to take pills. She tried to hang herself. She tried to cut her throat. She tried to slit her wrist. Like, this is not something she needs in her life. She needs, like, people who, like, if I would have been there, I keep saying this, if I would have been there, I would have, like, watched every corner and watched every person. Because, like, I just hate people who do this. Like, it's not the first time, like, one of my friends got, like, raped or something like that. There's multiple times where I wish I could have been there to help them out, and just, push them off, or, like, put my life, in danger for them. It just pisses me off to the point where I just want to punch something. Like, I guess I have my sandbag, but if I'm gonna punch something, I might as well kick it instead, because, like, my sandbag. I found out that my kick's, like, stronger than I thought, because you know how, like, it's on hinges? I found out that my kick actually went harder because it went up somewhat, and then it went higher than that, and it hit and it dropped down instantly. Like, it made a giant thud through the house. So, I don't know. I just don't exactly see why people are doing this. Like, I just really wish that people would just think about they do that. I'm just glad she's okay, though. I'm like, yes, she just has minor damage right now, which will probably, scar her, but I'm just glad that she's okay. Well, like, I'm just glad that I calmed her down while I did. She's been toyed with a lot in her life. I was one of those, but then, like, I was a little bit of that, but afterwards, I said I was sorry. I gave her a hug and a kiss, and we both discussed that we probably shouldn't talk for a while, and that happened, and now she's back, and I'm glad that she is, because, like I said, there's just something about me that calms girls down. Like, I don't know what it is, but it just does. I mean, I don't know if it's the hugs, because whenever I do that, like, if there's like a girl that's like really like, like stressed out, either they hug me or they hold on to me. And I can see why Mariah would do this, because she doesn't deserve this. I just really wish that. I'm still wishing this. Like, when I found out, I was just, like, devastated. I was confused. I was, like, wondering why this happened. And as soon as she told me that they took the necklace I gave her, I almost snapped and beat the crap out of my door. And trust me, I've broken a door before. My doors are made out of birch, and those things are strong, but no, a basement door, at one point I punched it, and I broke it, actually. I have validation for that, too. My dad saw it, and my mom saw it. So, my punches are lethal, but so are my kicks. And I'm pretty sure if I would have caught these people, I'm pretty sure I probably, I don't know, I'd find something. I'd probably knock both of them out and then knock the person out, like, who did it to her. I'll probably think about this for a while, because it's like, I just don't like how people do this in the world. Like, okay, I'm not saying I might get mad right now, but like people do Pokemon Go, and there's like a lot of stuff that goes into there, and how like if you tape yourself when Pokemon Go is cursed. Well, there was this guy who was doing it, and I don't know, he was just doing it for, like, for fun. He was like doing the blog, or vlog, whatever it's called. and he was like saying how much fun it is and like how he loves all like the charity stuff he's getting from everybody. And this one guy just randomly comes up, punches him in the face where his jaw is, hits him on the ground, and it shows him beating the crap out of him. And he runs off with his phone, and it's just pisses me off to see somebody in so much happiness just taken away with one swing of the jaw. And he went to the doctor, and he actually had his jaw was dislocated. It was broken. He had a few teeth knocked out, and they actually said that just from that one hit, because it was multiple, they actually said that he had PTSD because of that. And anybody who does that, I just want to be there to help. I'll probably be talking to her after this because like it's been a while since I texted her because I was just explaining all this. But like I don't want to be a dick and just say like I'm gonna like brush this off. But I think I'm just gonna step away from this because I'm starting to get like very angry. I'm just glad that she's okay. No, Trevor, you gotta say got a quarter. But I just like to help people. It's like in my nature. It's been in my nature for a long time. Not many people know that about me, but I like to help people. Like if somebody's sad in school, I'm like, of course I'm gonna say no because they don't know me, but I always ask them if there's anything I can do for them, like if they need a hug or if they need, like if they need anything. Like most of them say no because they don't know me, but anybody in school, like if they're sad or if they're depressed or something just happened, I always ask them if they need a hug or if they need any help. Like I said, most of them say no because they don't know me, but it's always worth a try just to see if it'll help. Every once in a while, I'll get people to say yes, and like I'll just talk to them. I'll talk to them down by I'll talk to them down by the lunch tables, and then they'll be like, "Are you okay?" And like, "Yeah, I'm okay." And like, "Oh, talk it out." So I'm just always here to help. Yes, I know my gameplay seems violent, but that's just because like I have a lot of anger, and so I get my anger out. Which I suppose is a very good way instead of just beating the crap out of somebody on my door or like anything on my house. You don't know it's me.
For fuck's sake.
Trevor Profanity. I'll probably get off within another minute. Yeah, I'm gonna get off soon. Yeah, guys, I'm going to get off now. See if Mariah's okay. I want to say thank you both for being here. You know, it's like, helping me out, thinking, everything. So, thank you both for being here, supporting me, and supporting Mariah. I'll upload tomorrow, okay? Alright, you guys have a wonderful night.